Thank you, Madam Speaker. Now, when the Supreme Court voted to overturn Roe versus Wade, I was totally outraged. We knew that that day was coming, and as horrific as it was and is, we were ready. But I was not alone in that outrage. Madam Speaker, over the past few weeks, the American people took their outrage and they turned it into action. From Kentucky to California, red states to blue, our constituents made their voices heard and their message is clear. Americans trust people, not politicians, to make their own decisions about their health and their lives, including about abortions. Americans will use their vote to strike down attacks on reproductive rights time and time again, and yes, support reproductive freedom. Now, Madam Speaker, it's time to turn our constituents' demands into congressional action. And yes, to my Republican colleagues who try to claim their extremism as public opinion, well, we saw that the American people, the majority of American people, are not buying it. I'm determined to ensure that their voices are heard, to fight for all of our rights to make our own decisions over our bodies. And I won't stop, and none of my colleagues here will stop until the right to abortion is available and to keep politicians from interfering in our personal decisions about our bodies. We're going to keep fighting that this is available to everyone, regardless of race, zip code, or income. It's our bodies, and it's our choices. Madam Speaker, I rise today in support of House Amendment S. 3902, the Fire Act. And I am proud to support this bill and thank my good friends and fellow Californians, Senator Padilla and Congresswoman Lofgren, for their leadership, and Chairman DeFazio and the Speaker for bringing it to the floor. Communities across the world are feeling the impact of climate change, fueling wildfires and harming fragile ecosystems and communities. And I was privileged to be in Egypt last week for COP27, and it was very apparent and clear, and the voices were heard, that we have got to address these critical issues with regard to the climate crisis now. And I have directly witnessed the devastating effects of wildfires on homes and livelihoods in my community, which is why I'm proud to support this bill and urge my colleagues to vote yes with me. Current wildfires are growing larger and hotter, requiring urgent and robust action from the federal government. The Fire Act allows FEMA to pre-deploy assets during high-risk times, improves relocation assistance for public infrastructure affected by fires, and ensures equity of assistance for tribal communities and governments. I urge my colleagues to support this amended bill, and thank you, and I yield the balance of my time.